Hey everyone, it's Kristine Clemens with Keller Williams Inspire. I'm your Fox Valley real estate expert. Today we're at Bucek Chiropractic, and with all the chiropractors in the Fox Valley, you're probably wondering, why this one? Well, Dr. Bucek is one of the leading sports medicine doctors in the Fox Valley with an extremely impressive resume. Let's go talk to him. Dr. Bucek, thanks so much for having us into your office. I'm so excited to be here. The reason I'm standing in your office is strictly word of mouth. I have heard from so many people what an awesome doctor you are.
Thanks.
Can you tell me what makes you different? Why is everyone raving about you?
One of the things I think that's different is the passion that we have here. I didn't know what a chiropractor was when I was going through sports when I was younger. I got hurt, and it just so happened that the athletic trainer at my high school was a chiropractor. I went and saw him, running in sectionals 2 weeks later. My passion for chiropractic just started from there. I wanted to learn everything I possibly could. So I became a chiropractor. I got my first board certification as a certified chiropractic sports physician. And then I did another 4 years of training after that to earn my diplomate. And really, it's not one of those things where I don't get any accolades for it. I don't get paid more by insurance or anything like that for it. I just want to make sure that I'm able to provide my patients with the most up-to-date, state-of-the-art, most comprehensive care as possible. Not many people know that you don't have to be an athlete to be treated by a sports physician. Sports medicine is basically treating people that move. And there's something to be said for seeing how somebody gets hurt on the field of play and how they hurt their knee, for example, as opposed to somebody just coming in, my knee hurt. You have a whole new appreciation in terms of what part of the body is hurt and what you need to get that part of the body to get fixed and get better so that people can get on with their life. And it's really rewarding to be able to take somebody that might not be even just able to pick up their 2 or 3 year old and apply the same concepts that I would treat, an Olympic weightlifter to help them pick up their kid and be pain-free again. So it's really rewarding to work in this community.
All right, Dr. Bucek, what advice do you have for someone who's looking for a sports medicine doctor?
Yeah, look and see what education they've got. Where do they do their training? Do they have a board specialty in sports medicine? The other thing is to look at a sports physician that has experience in that particular sport. Do they treat runners? I mean, for example, if I were a soccer player, I wouldn't go to somebody that treats majority basketball players. You want to be as sports specific as you possibly can. Myself, I love taking care of the non-contact athlete. I'm great with runners and throwers, baseball, obviously working with the Diamondbacks for 6-7 years. Volleyball players, I'm not really the best guy when it comes to taking care of football players, for example. So knowing where their niche is and what particular subset of sport that they take care of can be really beneficial too.
If I'm coming in with an injury or something's wrong, what does the process look like after I walk through the door?
And I'll take 5-10 minutes, however long it takes, to basically answer questions I have in my head. Number one, are you in the right place? There's nothing that's more aggravating for a patient when they come in and they're like, oh, this person can't help me or not. So I always make sure, get-go, can I help this particular person? 2, am I gonna live up to their expectations that they've got? They might say, oh, I wanna run a marathon in 2 weeks, and they've got an injury that just won't get them to that particular point. I have to be honest with them and let them know, hey, this isn't what's gonna happen. So once I kind of figure out, hey, they're in the right spot, I can help this particular individual, I'll do an exam on them. And the diagnostic part is probably the most important, because once we understand exactly what the problem is and what's contributing to that particular problem, whether it's their upper back or hip or knee or whatever it might be, we can address that particular problem. And thanks with the diplomate training that I've had, it's very rare that I have to do any imaging with anybody. We can pinpoint the problem and we can start treatment right away, rather than waiting, oh, we got to get imaging and we got to wait a week before we get started. We can get started right away.
Dr. Bucek, thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
How do people get in contact with you? What's your phone number?
Our phone number is 331-248-5777. You can also go onto the website. You can request an appointment. It's just bucekchiro.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram.
Thank you so much for having us in. This was wonderful. I had a great time in your office, and I can't wait for my next visit. This episode is sponsored by Tyler Nelson at Country Financial. Tyler is committed to providing you with appropriate coverage levels at a competitive rate. For all of your insurance needs, please call Tyler at 815-547-7305. Thanks everyone for joining us for this week's episode of Know Your Neighbors of the Fox Valley. We hope you enjoyed getting to know Dr. Bucek, who, by the way, is located just across Fabyan next to Windy Acre Farms. Pay him a visit. If there's another business in the Fox Valley that you'd like us to visit, send me a message, post a comment below, let us know where we should go, and maybe that's where you'll find us next. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.